Hello guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yelena and we're gonna do today a Minecraft game inspired cake. As you all know, the characters and all details in this game is very pixely, so we're gonna make lots of squares. So let's go ahead start with our decorations. First, we're gonna pre-cut it all and put it on the side, and then we're gonna decorate our cake. Okay, so I'm gonna start with rolling. I'm using just a regular cornstarch to dust my table so the fondant doesn't stick. And I'm gonna start with my colors. So I'm starting with a sword detail. It has shades of blue colors. And then I'm gonna use black color for underneath it, like a background color. The cake I'm doing is 8-inch square, so the sword should not be bigger than 8-inch long, I would say. So it kind of fits nicely on top. It's not too big and not too small, so 8 inches I would say should fit really good. Okay, yeah, so make sure it's long enough. Plus, as I go, I'm pre-cutting other colors that I will need. Like I said, there will be lots of colors and lots of squares. Okay, the little squares that you don't need right now, go ahead, put them a little on the side. And I'm using my little foam pad. And I'm now gonna start arranging my sword. I use just the regular clean brush and the water to wet my background, so my fondant pieces will stick to it. And go ahead, start arrange your little fondant pieces. And I follow the pattern that I found on the internet. So I'm kind of looking at it as I go. And of course, it's inspired by, it's doesn't have to be exact, but just it gives you a feeling like it's Minecraft related. Yep, lots of squares. Yep, keep going and going and going. Okay, so I'm happy with my shape. Now I took a modeling tool and kind of push a little squares closer together when you see little gaps, and go ahead, cut it out. And I'm using my X-Acto knife. Just make sure you don't push it too hard on your table so you don't ruin your table. If you have some kind of mat, you can use it on a mat. Okay. And if you have a little black fondant stick out too much from underneath, you can go ahead and fix it here. Just trim it a little bit, just like that, so it will look neater and cleaner. Yeah, I had the little pieces, just a little here and there. So that way it looks much better now. Okay, so here's our sword. Let's go ahead and put it on the side. and continue with our other pieces. So we're gonna have couple piggy faces on the side, so we're gonna need eyeballs. So here's the white squares for it. And for the background on the cake, we're gonna do couple shades of greens and browns squares. So we're gonna cut them out all right now as well. Like I said, you don't wanna your cake sit for a long period of time on a table as you're working on it. So that's why when you have so many details, it's always better pre-make them. And when you have your cake's eyes, just lay them on the cake and be done with it. That way cake doesn't sit out too much and warm up, and then you put it back in the refrigerator. Okay, so that's our one green. And then I'm gonna do one more shade of green. Now with pink fondant, let's make piggy faces. So I'll roll out fondant, and I only need two, so make sure it's just big enough to cut out my two squares. One, another one. And again, with just wet brush, I dipped it just in plain water. Attach your little details, your piggy faces, your eyeballs. And the mouth pieces. Make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, one is done. Put it away on the side. The second one. Now let's do some dynamite pieces. Again, roll it pretty thin. And we're gonna cut out two squares again. With my modeling tool, I'm gonna score and make lines. Gonna divide it in three parts, like we have dynamite pieces stuck together. Okay, now we're gonna roll small strips of white fondant, and with edible food marker we're gonna write TNT, and I'm gonna start on one first, and I'm gonna try to match that on the second one. and place it in the middle of your red squares and cut the excess off. And now we have our TNT. And that should be done for our fondant work. Phew, that was a lot of fondant. Now let's take our icing and color it in green. And let's ice our cake. I like to start my cake from the top. And then work on the sides. Okay, now let's place our decorations. Okay, and from all the squares that we cut out, place them randomly on the cake. There is no certain pattern needs to be, just random. Just make sure they're all mixed up. So there's some greens and browns. Yep, just like that. Now we're gonna take more of the green icing, put it in a bag with the grass tip, and let's make grass borders along the top edge of the cake. And the bottom borders. Alright, so there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Show me your support. And we'll hope to see you next time. Bye. Love you so much.